Oh boy, hopefully this video won't be a long one, and I'm gonna have to not make it a long one because I don't want it to get too heavy, even though it's a heavy subject. But the reason why I'm making this video, first of all, thanks for being on the channel. Thanks for everyone who has supported. And if you are new around here, my name is Tiffany of itsmeladyg.com. I'm also It's Me Lady G, Lady G, if you want to call me that. I am a holistic health coach. I am a mom, lots of different things. But my blog, you could always find my blog directly at itsmeladyg.com. Today's video is going to be about postpartum depression. I think anytime you say the word postpartum nowadays, people are just like, oh, you're depressed. You know, it's real. You know, postpartum depression is a real thing. I recently just had my second child. She's actually sleeping over there. Looking in hindsight, that I definitely dealt with postpartum depression the first time around. Definitely one of those things, probably that you are in it and you really don't know that you're in it. Because I for damn sure didn't. You just like, why am I acting so crazy? How I felt personally. You know, my emotions were all over the place. Your hormones are all over the place. And, you know, yeah, you do read the books and things, and they say, like, if you feel like you're going to do harm to yourself or harm to your baby and things like that, you know, that's the way it shows up for certain people. That's not how it showed up for me. And again, I wasn't like clinically diagnosed, but I know what depression feels like. Let me back up. I've said this before on my Instagram stories. If you don't follow me over there on Instagram, you should. I have said before that I noticed that when I give birth, after I give birth for like almost a year, you almost feel like you're broken, open. Like I feel like I'm broken open. Like all of my emotions, everything is at the surface all the time. And it's good and it's bad. You know, it's good because, you know, sometimes I'm able to feel things that I haven't been able, I've been like numb on beforehand. But then like I get really like, if it's anxiety or something, like it's just, if it's usually on like a 5, it's on like a 10. It's my level of like worrying and things everything just gets heightened. And I know because after about a year to a year and a half, after I had my son, it started to normalize to like a new normal. And just like I started to notice that, you know, I'm not as, you know, nervous or worried or whatever. It is different feelings, because again, it may be different things. You know, all those things kind of subsided after a certain amount of time. Just like I said, you have to it's like getting used to a new normal. When you go from having no kids to having one kid, then that's a new normal. When I'm going from having one kid to having 2 kids, that's a new norm as well. A lot of people may think, well, why don't you go to the doctor and get some medication? The thing is that I know this, which is good this time around, which didn't happen last time around, is that I'm aware of my feelings, very much aware of my feelings. And so I'm able to speak on the things that I may be feeling at the time. Like if I do feel like I'm, you know, extra anxious about a particular thing, or that I need to get out the house if I've been in the house for a long time. And, you know, or like sometimes even like certain, like breastfeeding this time around is going amazing, but it went terrible last time. I noticed that like my skin is like crawly. It's like a lot of times no one else can like touch me when I am breastfeeding, because my skin feels like it's like crawling. I don't know, I've seen other people on their YouTube videos say that the same thing, but that's how it feels like to me. Say, you know, like, hey, can you give me space when I'm doing this, because so I'm able to manage, you know, through all these feelings. It's definitely something that I didn't do the last time around, because I wasn't even noticing what was going on, because I was like just so stuck in this is not how I'm supposed to feel, and this is weird, and, you know, trying to make myself be normal, or what I thought was normal based on, you know, seeing people's pictures and reading what is normal, which is normal is, to me, is just like an asinine word, because there is no normal. There's like what's regular for me, what's regular for you. And so there's that. There's a couple of things that I definitely know are, first of all, that are my triggers, And then second of all, that help me when I notice that I have been triggered. First thing that I know is my trigger, and I'm sure it is for other women because we're all in that part together, is that the lack of sleep. The lack of sleep, you know, it really, anyone that has not had a kid rather, they don't know what we're talking about. It's like you're sleeping literally in like 2-hour intervals. And, you know, this time I must admit is a little bit better around because first of all, my life is way less chaotic than it was. This time around, my body goes from like kind of sleepy, like to dreaming right away. So even though I'm getting less sleep than I did before my second child was here, the 2 hours sleep that I am getting is somewhat restful, like somewhat good sleep, but it's still the fact that I'm not getting 8 hours of sleep at all. Like I'm getting 2 hours here, 2 hours, 2 hours, 2 hours, which, you know, sucks. But that's part of being a parent, part of it. Second of all is that because I am breastfeeding, even though she does sleep less than my son did because he was on formula and she wakes up to feed, she's just waking up. I'm literally just, you know, breastfeeding her, nursing her right then, take the boob out, and then putting her back in the bassinet real quick. Now on the flip side, if I don't eat enough, which is again, you know, another trigger, if I don't eat enough, all of the things, everything is like terrible, and it's like again heightened to levels that, you know, I don't like. My skin is extra curly. My moods are all over the place. I need to eat very well or else I'll get crazy because I'm at a lack of time because of, you know, at all the different changes. It just makes it harder for me to do like meal prep and other things that I was doing before, which is, you know, that comes along with it. But I have definitely started being okay with having to spend the extra money to eat out at the certain places that I do enjoy eating out. Namely, we've been eating way too much Chipotle. Being okay with that, you know, I think that's something that a lot of moms-to-be needs to factor into their budget when it comes to maternity leave and other things, and knowing, you know, for yourself what self-care is, knowing that it's okay and factoring money for you to eat for takeout because, you know, that's part of self-care. You got to eat in order for you to feed the baby. Even if you're not breastfeeding, you still need to make sure that you're eating enough, or else those postpartum things can get triggered. I must say, I do notice that when I don't eat enough, all the postpartum like nasties just go crazy. All in all, this video really is to shed light on the fact that postpartum blues and depression and other types of things, or just being down postpartum, yes, most of it, pretty much all of it, has to do with your hormones, but it does not always show up in the way that it says in the books, when they always say like, do you feel like you're gonna harm yourself or the baby or this, and you trying to figure out why did I not have my babies? Because none of that, I don't have any of those issues as far as, you know, do I have any of those thoughts at all. Mention for me, it is not those things at all. Really what it is that it just, all of my emotions just get really heightened, and I do get down sometimes, but I'm aware of it, which is what, like I said, I didn't have the first time around. This is not to discount anybody's, you know, what they may really be feeling, and if you really are super down or feel really off, then you definitely should go see the doctor. I always say before that I'm not a doctor, even though I'm a health coach, I'm not a doctor, and so you should also always do what is in line with your yourself and get professional help if you need to. Please don't think that you're alone in this whole thing, because when you speak to most moms deal with some sort of emotional issue or emotional, you know, being down or feeling away after they have a baby. Most of them do. Even if they post those pretty pictures on the gram, they are feeling away, okay? Hormones are a bitch. For real. Well, that's it for today. I'm gonna go and grocery shop. That's what makes me happy too. I like to grocery shop. Hopefully this kind of resonates with somebody and helps someone. If you aren't following me on Instagram, you should, because that's where I am the most, at It's Me Lady G. Always am thankful for the people that leaves the comments sharing if these different videos or different things that I may speak about or share about resonate with them, because, you know, I just feel a lot of times that we as women and society doesn't talk about certain things enough. And so that's what these videos are about. If you aren't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. Give it a thumbs up if you like it, and share it with someone that may need it. Okay? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.